Hi, it's Randi Rhodes. Hope you enjoy this free clip from Political Voices Network.
If you win a second term, as you and the president are running to do, he would be 86 at the end of it. And we are seeing Republican candidates hone in on you in particular as being next up for that job. Nikki Haley says
a vote for Joe Biden is a vote for President Kamala Harris.
Chris Christie.
I want to be clear that I pray every night for Joe Biden's good health. Not only because he's our president, but because of who our vice president is.
Ron DeSantis.
Harris is his impeachment insurance. People know if she were president, Katie barred the door. As bad as Biden did, it would get worse.
How do you respond to all of that?
We are delivering for the American people. And the reality of it is that, unfortunately, very few of those who would challenge our administration actually have a plan for America.
Now, granted, she's very composed. She's very congenial. She's very decent. She's very soft-spoken. Now, when she laughs, just like with Hillary, you all make fun of her and the way that she laughs. Do you realize how stupid that is? But yes, there are people in this country, many people in this country, that pick a president based on how she laughs and reject a person as being not ready because of how she laughs. I mean, the curriculum vitae of this woman, of this particular human being, is so stellar, and she is so accomplished, and yet I'm still going to get phone calls from friendlies who say, she's just not ready. She's just not ready, you know? I mean, she's just not ready. What was she? A district attorney in San Francisco and then an attorney general in the state of California, an attorney general of the second largest law enforcement bureau in the United States. And then what was she? A U.S. senator who every time she would question somebody who was doing something wrong or bad or covering up some ridiculous, bad behavior, everybody would point to her and say, she's amazing. She's amazing. Love her. So she was a senator, and now she's vice president of the United States of America, serving with a man who she argued with in public on a debate stage about her being a little girl who had to get on a bus and be bused to school back in the day. And nobody held it against her, and Biden didn't hold it against her, and she didn't hold it against him, and they became a team. And they became the 46th president and vice president of the United States of America, and Donald Trump is prisoner number 011-937-6025. I mean, how could you say that? How could you say she's not ready, she's not qualified, or that something bad is going to happen to Joe Biden? I don't even understand. The man went all around this country being compassionate and being, willing to tell people, don't worry, we got you. And he does. After extraordinary disasters. Okay, here in Florida, we just had that Hurricane Idalia, right? And that was in the northwestern, in the scrotum of Florida. I don't know how else to describe it, okay? I have a bad sense of direction. But it's like the northwestern portion of Florida where no one lives. Okay, like 4 people live in the Bend. The Bend, they call it. The Bend. You know, so I say the scrotum. Oh, family values. Oh, give me a break with your family values. And I shouldn't talk about the nads of Florida. You know what I'm watching on the TV now? Like every other freaking stinking commercial? BentCarrot.com. Hello? Talking about the bend in the penis and how you could take this drug and do penile exercises each and every day, and it'll take the bend out of your penis. They call it bent carrot. And if you need instructions or you need direction or you need the drug, the big pharma drug, that will help you with your penile exercises to get the bend out of your thing, you go to bentcarrot.com. And
do you have that website? I'm asking for a friend.
I just gave it to you.
Just kidding.
Seriously, asking for a friend. But okay. So anyway, in the scrotum of Florida, I have absolutely no shame about that. There was a hurricane. Joe Biden called Ron DeSantis. They were on the phone together. DeSantis said, yeah, okay, come on, and, I'll get my people to talk to you. And my people will tell your people where we can meet up, and we'll do this, joint appearance. Then all of a sudden DeSantis realized that only 4 people live there. He could do this. He doesn't really need a national disaster. He doesn't really need a declaration. He doesn't really need all this money from Washington. And so now he doesn't want Joe Biden to come. So Joe Biden came by himself. Well, he came with his wife and, toured the area, okay, and promised the full support of the federal government to help them rebuild or buy a new trailer, right? And so DeSantis was a no-show. He refused to show up. I couldn't even believe what. So they polled it in Florida, because this is what we do in the scrotum. We poll. Okay, and so they used their awesome poll, which was very heavily weighted for Republicans, by the way. And DeSantis's numbers tanked. Not just because he wouldn't take, Joe Biden on a tour, because these people are hurting, okay? There may only be 300 people living in this, particular town. There may only be 400 people in the town next to that. And there may only be 500 people that lost their homes to this massive flood that ensued, okay? But those people are people, and they want to know that the federal government is coming to get them. And DeSantis keeps refusing all this free federal money, all this money. And people are sick of it. And he keeps on saying, we're not going to do any left-wing things. We're not going to do any left-wing things. I want Ellie in Kentucky to realize who is on your side when you really need them to be, who is on your side because you paid your dues for them to be on your side now that you're a senior, and who's not, who's constantly trying to take away your food stamp money, who's constantly trying to take away your Social Security money, who's constantly saying no to expanding Medicaid so that the poorest people in your state can also see a doctor. It ain't the Democrats. I'm sorry. And I'm not even a Democrat, okay? I'm an independent. But honestly, when it comes to these issues, there is one party that is truly on the side of working people, senior citizens, trying to get pre-K for all kids, trying to get health care for every single person. And what do the Republicans come back with? Repeal and replace, repeal and replace. There'll be death panels, don't you know? And we're going to repeal and replace. We finally give them the majority. They have the House, they have the Senate, they have the freaking presidency. We find out the hard way, they can't repeal because they got no replacement. Oh, it was all a lie. Why did they say it to you? Because they wanted to win an election. So they lied right to your freaking face, my mother's face, okay? Are you kidding me?